We are live. World's worst
Hey.
podcast. Number 13.
13.
That's awesome. Lucky number
That's
13.
a big number.
Woohoo! That's good, dude. It's gonna be
That's
good.
higher than I can count.
Yeah, that's more fingers than I have. I could use toes, but that's a lot of bending, and I'm not really interested in any of that kind of physical activity I don't need to do. I'm not doing it.
It's extra exertion you don't need.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude. Do I look like a flexible individual who could touch his own toes? The answer to that mystery is no. It's easy. 13 though, that's pretty cool, guys. Lucky 13. So we got a good one set up for tonight. Talk about conspiracies and shit in the vein of episode 13 and being lucky and stuff. You know, thought that'd be kind of.
I thought it was unlucky 13.
No, that's in the normal world, not here. Everything's an opposite land. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where things are supposed to function and they don't, and then everything falls apart at the seams. It's fucking perfect.
I like opposite land.
Yeah, it's a good place for sure. Up is down, down is up. Hot is cold.
It's like New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly like New Zealand. For sure, the water goes the wrong way.
Speaking of 13, it's funny because in buildings, I remember, like, not very often have I been up in tall buildings, but at work one time I delivered to this office that was up on the 14th floor, which is really the fucking 13th floor because they don't put a 13th floor in there. And it was like, I was like looking, I was like 13, 12, 14. Wait a fucking minute.
Like, you don't actually think I'm this stupid, do you?
Yeah.
Just because you didn't put the fucking 1 and the 3 doesn't mean that I can't count above 12, all right? We're not getting away with this shit. I know, I always thought that was so dumb, too, right? People in their, like, ridiculous superstitions. Can't stay on the 13th floor because arbitrarily that will kill me or something. I don't really understand what your concern is, but that floor is bad. I get that. So, yeah, we'll just stick with it.
It's clear you're going to go insane and... It's clear you're going to go insane and jump out the window. It's just, what's going to happen?
Or end up like that one girl in the hotel there that crammed herself inside the water tank, and then they ruled it as a suicide. You ever hear about that one?
What?
Yeah, she was like freaking out. It was fucked up, really fucked up. She's like running to the elevator or whatever, and she keeps like freaking out like somebody's chasing her. And she's like looking around the elevator corner, and then she just goes missing. And they found her in like the water barrel reserve on the top of the fucking hotel room, while it was still like welded sealed. Like there was no way that she like got herself in there. And she was just in there for like days and days, bloating up the water. Oh, like
the one on the roof?
Yeah, and then people were like drinking the water
a shitty
and
horror
fucking
movie
showering.
based on that.
And like, yeah, they were like, yeah, this water smells like corpse. And then they're like, oh, that's not supposed to smell like corpse. That's weird.
Jesus.
And then they fucking opened it up.
There's a shitty
like,
horror movie about
that's a literal corpse in there. So like, that's a fucking thing. And then yeah, and they were like, oh, she suicided herself. Yeah, you know, her and Epstein for sure.
Suicided.
It's like, Jesus Christ, man, this is ridiculous. Somebody crammed her inside of a fucking water barrel.
It's called Dark Water. I remember seeing it. It's fucking dark.
That water would be fairly dark.
Oh, I might have seen that actually.
I remember seeing it with like my mom.
I must confirm.
I need to know these things. These are the burning questions that drive my life
that
forward.
like fucking weird. No, it's not.
No. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't see that because I would have fucking watched that for sure, dude.
The girl that died was a student at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, like the real girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Death of Eliza Lamb.
Yes, that was her name. Eliza water container lover. Just cramming herself into all kinds of places that she doesn't belong.
Ooh.
That'll teach you, Eliza. Wait, no, she's dead. I guess she's not learning anything. Well, whatever. Teach their own, you know.
She already learned her lesson?
Yes, hopefully. She's like up, you know, with the Lord talking about it. She's like, oh, I'm never cramming myself in another water thing. And he's like, thankfully, you'll never have a chance to. It's fine.
It's stuff like that. I hate, like, I never realized how claustrophobic I was until I hear things like that. And I'm like, oh, fuck no, man. I think I already covered this before, but that one, like, spelunker, that one, like, cave fucking dude that decided to go down a spot that he thought was a different spot, but it wasn't. And he ended up just getting stuck in there. And he just, like, they sent down, like, 100 different rescuers trying to pull him out. And like, well, technically, we could, like, bust all his legs and maybe get him out. But he'll probably die of the, like, whatever shock if we do that.
He'll be fine.
And we're just going to cement the fucking cave shut and keep him down there. And that's literally what they did. Left the guy to die, and then they just sealed it up. They're like, well, to avoid this.
Yeah, well, we don't really want to go in there and deal with it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a corpse, but it's pretty gross. So we're just going to concrete over the top of that one and call it a day. Like, no, it's fine.
But he was like, oh, man, it was so fucked.
Dude,
like,
he's
thinking of that being, like, so stuck that you can't be pulled out.
That's a horrible thought, dude. Even being like stuck in like a fucking closet or something is like literal torture. I got these little like crawl spaces at the bottom of my walls, and I like keep things in them and shit.
Something
like that.
you know all
like,
so much about, Martin.
Every time I have to like go in there to like get them, it's like the worst thing in the fucking world, man. It's like deep as fuck too, so you gotta like fit your whole body in it. I'm like, oh, this is how I die. This is the end of me. Crawled inside of a fucking attic wall. Nobody'll ever find me again. It's an awful time. Yeah, no, I don't like claustrophobic stuff. I don't like open water stuff. Those are the two that I refuse to oblige.
Speaking of caves and people dying and going missing, if you look up like, I can't remember what I saw this on the other day, but if you look like missing people in the US, in like the US cave systems, those maps line up pretty fucking well. Yeah. It's really weird.
It's like a lot of people probably fell down these holes and just are never to be found again.
Yeah, just like, oh my god, you people don't learn.
Like, when are you gonna figure it out, dude? Stay away from giant holes.
Secluded place and not tell anyone where I am, and just do this very dangerous activity with no communication with the rest of the world.
It'll be fine, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, you idiot.
I'll do it alone. It's even smarter.
Yeah, dude. Like that dude in the whatever it was, Into the Wild or whatever it was, where he goes to Alaska and he's like, I want to be a wilderness man. Fucking poisoned himself with a bunch of potato seeds and died instantly. Just stay home. Stop these things.
That grizzly man, he lasted a while though.
The guy that lived with the bears?
Yeah, he did that for like a year or two.
Yeah, right up until
2 years,
spring.
maybe.
Right till spring. Right when they were all
right till spring
up.
When they get
Almost like bears don't give a fuck about you.
No, because it was the second time that he didn't leave during spring. Because the thing was, he like went and he wouldn't. My thing just stopped working.
No, you're still good.
What's going on?
Okay,
my thing just completely froze up.
Oh,
all right.
My God.
No, we're good. All right, it's back. But yeah, he like left. He'd always leave at the dangerous time. Remember, he'd like kind of just fuck off in a plane and then come back when it was like safe.
That'll be fair.
The one time he didn't leave.
Yeah, he decided to skip that one year, and
he's like, "Oh, damn it, you got me, bear. You win this round." Why bears? Idiot. Like, why? Like, I've seen a bear, man. There's no way that I would ever be involved with like photographing a bear or being near a bear. Or like, no, that's fucked, dude. I went to Marineland a bunch of times, and those bears are like spiritually broken. You know what I mean? They're like dancing for croutons and shit. And those things are still fucking
terrible,
terrifying, man. It's like if that thing wanted this fucking handful of dried bread and shit like that, you know what I mean? And I wasn't throwing to him at a sufficient rate, he's literally just gonna rip my arm off and beat me to death with it, and like take the croutons. You know what I mean? Like it's a fucking bear, dude. Why?
Why do we need to capture the croutons on you?
Literally turned me into a fucking crouton, dude. Fucking bears are terrifying. I don't like it.
Oh, yet again, I think it was last week, that woman playing the ukulele for the bear. That's right. Again, bears don't appreciate that.
No, they don't
they
care
just
for
want
music,
food.
especially folk music. They fucking hate it. This is a well-documented fact. Everyone knows this. If you know anything about a bear, it's the first fact, they're fucking terrifying. Second fact, they hate folk music. That's all you need to know about
they make
bears.
Great ammo carriers in war.
That's true, yeah. Or if you had like that Wojtek bear or whatever, he's just a good comrade and a good mascot. You know what I mean? He's
and
like
don't be
beer drinker,
drinking beer and shit, smoking cigarettes,
eating cigarettes.
Fucking awesome, dude. Well, I want a Wojtek. That'd be. You know what? I take back my opinion on the bears. If I could get a Wojtek bear, I'll like drastically change my opinion on bears for sure. Like a Wojtek would be sick, dude. Be like, dance, Wojtek. Just fucking just eating his cigarettes and shit. Here's a beer, Wojtek. You like Budweiser? Just smashing beers down, eating cigarettes like a motherfucker. What a
bears will like what I tell them to like.
Yeah. This bear's different. He's trained.
He's a vegan bear.
A vegan bear, yeah. Like a gorilla? Or no, they're vegetarians. They only eat like plants and shit like that.
Yeah, they eat like plants and stuff.
They're fucking just ridiculously
stupid.
Huge. Fuck that shit. Gorillas are terrifying too.
Yes.
Gorilla fighting.
But it's like super inefficient. But I remember seeing something like shit like that. Like it's super inefficient the way they're like something to do with like stomach size in relation to brain has to do with like how efficient the like food intake is and like the nutrients. Like they're eating a shit ton of. They have to eat so much fucking grass in a day because there's nothing to it, and their fucking stomach isn't designed to get like the maximum amount of nutrients out of it. Like it's actually a really dumb design by nature. Same thing with pandas. Yeah, like I saw something the other day that was saying like pandas, like trying to save the pandas is actually like a stupid, huge fucking waste of money. Like I know it's terrible to say, but like they by design are a shitty fucking animal. They suck at mating and they suck at fucking eating. The only thing they like to fucking eat is bamboo, which gives them fuck all because, again, their stomachs suck at digesting it and they have to eat pounds of it a fucking day. And they're just clumsy as shit. Have you ever watched a video of a panda? They just literally roll out of trees, and I'm pretty sure, like, there's no documented facts on it, but like I swear that's probably how a lot of them die in China. Like they're on hillsides and shit, like cliffs in China. They climb a tree and they just fucking fall off it.
Yeah, literally, just go.
And then they're too unmotivated to fucking make more.
You're just like walking through a forest.
They got stupid eating habits.
You look up, there's a panda falling at you.
Like, oh, for fuck's sakes, again.
I love them as next as the next motherfucker, but goddamn the dumb.
They're stupid.
How many times is this gonna happen to me?
It's like a weekly occurrence walking through the woods and a fucking panda just falling off. Son of a bitch.
They're on to it.
Get out of the way, you stupid fuck. Just throwing it aside. Oh, it's good, dude. So yeah, we're gonna do some conspiracies and stuff. So which ones are you guys gonna do?
The panda conspiracy, apparently. Fuck. No.
The conspiracy that they're actually not that retarded and like they're actually using like, a big ploy to get us to give them free shit.
Just trying to get by.
Right, they just really, really love almonds and shit. And
the welfare abusers of the animal world.
Yeah, exactly. Get off the system, damn it. Yeah, but which one are you gonna do, Brendan?
I have Shakespeare.
Oh yeah,
and he's a fucking fraud.
God,
he didn't write shit.
What about you, Keiryn? Which one are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna do the fentanyl one, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting. What about you,
Jarrod? I'm gonna do my own take on something.
Ooh.
See if I can convince you all that it's happening, because it is. It's real.
He's not biased. It's good. It's gonna be a well-balanced argument.
I just picked a random one.
What about you, Jarrod? Which one are you gonna do?
Believe my shitty lies.
I'm do the party king, Andrew WK, doesn't really exist.
He's not real.
No one's ever seen him in the same place.
That's good. That's good. I like that. I'm gonna do the Denver International Airport and all its fucking creepiness, and convince all of you that it's home to secret bunkers to protect the elite and blue horse statues. Yeah, that one's undisputable. That's a real thing for sure. But I'm kind of excited to get into these, so I just kind of want to jump into them. So yeah, man, who wants to go first?
Good to me.
I'll go last because I have like a presentation on mine.
Yeah, you go last for sure.
So okay, so Brendan wants to go second. So who wants to go first between Keiryn and Jarrod?
Fuck it, I'll go.
All right.
Oh, there you go. I'll get mine out of the way after you.
In the chat, Brendan, I don't know if you'll be open it, Keiryn, but I posted just like an article, like a link to an article in the chat.
Yes.
I don't have anything fancy prepared like Martin because I got time for that.
I have zero. I have a note.
I'm not saying that Martin just doesn't have time.
I have my words.
He's like, I care more. I will make cool presentations.
I have a hard on for making slides. So anytime I have an excuse to make a slideshow, oh boy, I'm coming all day. My fucking thigh is wet, dude. I made so many slides. I fucking slid these images to the back. I slid the fucking text to the front, dude. Bingo bango. Made like 8 of them. Fucking nice.
What about scrapbooks? Are you good at scrapbooks? Probably good at scrapbooks.
I've never tried scrapbooking, but I feel like I would be naturally inclined at it. And stamp collecting too, and organizing. I feel like I'd be very good at it as well.
Very Jewy things.
He's not wrong.
All right, so my theory that I'm gonna talk about is how Andrew WK doesn't actually exist. Or at least not the person that we know of Andrew WK.
Oh, wait, hold on. We're getting into conspiracies. I gotta fucking switch hats. Get my tinfoil hat on. All right. We're good.
Oh, my God. I was not prepared for that.
Okay.
Are you catching our frequencies?
No, I'm repelling them, fucker. Stay out of my head. Nobody's getting in here. This is a shield that keeps you out of my brain, keeps your thoughts away from mine. None of you will be in here. Nothing.
Really, really quick one. I did come across while doing some research a conspiracy that the government did take over all foil companies and implant little microchips as to bypass your sneaky way of blocking them out.
No, I need it. I don't trust the government. That's the whole point of the hat. Do you think I'm going to trust?
They're the ones that put that out,
telling me that my tinfoil's not working. Suck my dick.
Yeah, they're just telling you that they did that so you won't wear it.
That's right. You're not fucking RFIDing up here, bud.
Who wants to hear the cold hard truth, or who wants to watch me sock some dingers?
Dingers!
Dingers! I love that episode. It's the fucking Fox satellite.
Yeah. Oh, this tinfoil hat's gonna get hot quick.
All right, let me get Andrew WK here, boys.
He's going to it.
All right, Andrew WK.
So I read about it like probably a couple years ago. I forget where I saw it, but I searched for it and I found it again. I'm not sure if it's the exact same one I found. I'm not gonna say who wrote this article because fuck him. But
it was Jarrod.
He looks like some asshole.
He wrote it years
ago.
ago.
Have the same initials if you switch them. He is a TJ. I'm a JT.
Yeah, you're gonna try to sit here and tell me that that's just a coincidence, aren't
you? It is. All right.
Yeah, sure.
So
fluoride doesn't make frogs gay.
So the conspiracy is that the Andrew WK that we have now is not the same Andrew WK, or at some point he was the original, and then they brought in a third-party person to be Andrew WK on stage, so that something happened with that person, or that there might be like a whole mind thing, but I don't know, it's fucking weird. I'll just get into it.
Kind of like mall Santas.
Yeah, exactly like mall Santas, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, when they molest a child, then they just send them to a new mall. Bring in another one. It's like priests. You just shift them around and never acknowledge the problem.
There's a bunch of shit that doesn't matter, like where he was born, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. So he released his first EP, and Dave Grohl was like, yo, this guy's pretty dope. So he invited him to open for the Foo Fighters right before he released I Get Wet, which has like Party Hard and shit like that on it. And because who doesn't love Party Hard?
Right.
I wish the Penguins would go back to Party Hard as their goal song. But anyways.
But I digress.
But all right, so I guess he had some website with like forums and shit. And let's see. So all right, so I'm just gonna start reading it because it's easier to read it than to paraphrase it as I read it because I'm retarded. So this is where a man named Steve Mike, and Steve is spelled continuously STEEV, not EVE, which pisses me off.
Yeah,
but it's not an error because it's consistent throughout the thing. But like nobody knows who Steve Mike or if they actually even existed. The fans first saw the name as an executive producer on I Get Wet, which was his first album. So everybody was like, all right, he's just some dude that's part of like getting his album made. And then apparently somebody hacked his website, which a bunch of numerous messages popped up on his website featuring a bunch of wild claims about his authenticity of who Andrew actually is. And there's like quotes like, I've been giving your fan bits and pieces hoping that you'd come to your senses and stop trying to squeeze me out. Well, you haven't responded to my initial request and you forced me to make threats. When you act unprofessional, so will I. Now I have no choice but to let the facts speak for themselves. And everybody's like, the fuck? I just want to listen to stupid party rock. But,
so you're preaching to the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
So he's got a double. Do you think he's got a hologram?
Yes.
Tupac styles?
They just dress up the Tupac hologram in a long wig.
Nobody
try to pass him off as Post Malone. They'll be like, "That's Post."
It's fine. Stop asking questions.
Yeah. More dingers.
Then what happened? Like, extremely well prepared, Jarrod.
Oh, it's crazy. No, yeah. It's like, but soon some fans started to think it all made a bit of sense. After all, Andrew did just suddenly appear on the scene rather quickly. Yeah, because that doesn't happen at all ever.
Nope.
Suddenly rocketing to the top of the U.S. Heat Seekers chart. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Like,
finds hot stuff, puts them on a chart.
Okay. Like, how could this happen if there wasn't something untoward going on? Some fans muse.
They didn't use that word.
That's what it says in the thing.
Just sounds like some jealous dink who's like, I don't think Andrew WK is really Andrew WK.
It's like, of course, Andrew WK was having none of this shit and posted his own retort to these messages from Steve Meek saying, please don't believe Steve Mike. I always want to say Steve Meek because I read the 2 E's in the video.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who the fuck calls himself, like, spells Steve like that? What an asshole.
I don't like it.
Please don't believe Steve Mike. I used to call myself Steve Mike a long time ago, and it's nothing now. He wrote on his site, someone is trying to confuse you and make me look bad, like a relationship gone bad. Someone is trying to pretend to be me, like this Steve Mike guy. I don't understand why people are close. I don't know what that means, but anyways. I've made the following decisions. I've now completely removed myself. The music is all that matters for all of us, and that's what I am. So
that's fucking
trying
weird.
To find the bit.
That's like really like odd, cryptic.
And now it's so this is where the conspiracy actually starts to come in apparently. So the basic gist of it is that Andrew WK does not exist as we know him, and is actually a persona that has been adopted by a number of actors over the years. The starting point of this theory appears to take place on December 18, 2004, where he was performing a gig in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Both security guards and fans claim that the person on stage wasn't actually Andrew, but someone dressed like him in his usual white, that dirty outfit. I don't know if you've seen pictures of Andrew WK. He wears white, but it looks dirty as fuck all the time. So some guy dressed like him, pretending to be him. And he was supposed to be there in support of his album, The Wolf, which I think was his second album, after the one I Get Wet, or whatever the fuck it was called.
His sophomore release.
His sophomore. Everything goes bad in the sophomore slump.
The second one.
I mean,
this is number 2.
I mean second.
2.
All right, so halfway through the New Jersey gig, the performer left the stage, and the rest of the concert was just canceled. People are like angry, confused. People calling into the radio station asking like, "What the hell happened?" Like, also, who the fuck was that? That wasn't Andrew WK. And they never really got answers. They just kept posting shit online, but they never got an answer. Then it just goes, as the years roll on, fans began to realize the physical change in Andrew as well with the music. It was less intense and more chill, and he looked less intense and more chill. And is there any way to post this image, Martin?
If you would have like sent it to me earlier, yeah.
Yeah, I should have done that. I'm retarded.
World's worst podcast.
World's worst podcast.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Send it now.
Kevin's got to read it for like 3 minutes in between every minute sentence. It's great.
Yo, shut up. We're professionals.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say off the bat, you're not convincing me of your theory.
The link doesn't work. Ignore the link.
Okay. Just continue forward. This is just dead air now. Waiting.
It is dead air.
Find a fucking image and shit. Just keep going.
Well, okay. Everybody thinks that Andrew WK was replaced by like an actor that was a younger, like slimmer guy than the first person that they saw. And there's like images of pre-2005 and post-2005 Andrew WK. And post-2005 Andrew WK is the guy that I know as Andrew WK. Like, looks like him. Pre-2005 doesn't look anything like the Andrew WK I know, so that's kind of weird. But he's like equally as fucking jacked, but he doesn't have like his tattoos, and it just doesn't look like him. But,
wait, he didn't have the tattoos later, or he didn't have the tattoos before?
He didn't have the tattoos before. I know, obviously, it's like maybe he got them later, but from what I've always seen, he's always fucking had them. He just has like these like lines tattooed on his arm. I don't know what the fuck for. He never answers why.
To accentuate his muscle definition.
Yeah, know, just look how fucking jacked I am, bro, from party.
I thought about that for a long time. I was like, that's a great idea, dude. Just get a 6-pack tattooed on your stomach. Easy. You know how many sit-ups you got to do to get that? None.
None at all.
So they're like, well, the common theory is that the Illuminati or Scientology are involved in
It's always the
variety of nefarious purposes. Most people believe that the following release of the second album, he was replaced by an actor who happened to look rather similar to the original Andrew. The reason behind this is that the name Steve Mike is actually the name of a collective of individuals comprised of executive producers and other miscellaneous folks. Steve Mike is a group of people who helped a young musician named Andrew WK sell his music and get him to the mainstream. And then he just kind of dropped them, and they're like, this Andrew guy isn't who you think you are. Who you think you are. Yes, I can't speak English. I'm dying.
Talking sucking hard, god damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bunch of crazy shit that has no proof, but I thought it was interesting.
That's no proof.
There is no proof.
That's good. Just like shit on your entire premise with the last sentence. That was great. It's interesting that has no evidence. You're like, oh, damn it.
That's why it's just a conspiracy. They don't have actual evidence. Well,
conspiracy entails the idea that multiple people work together to outcome towards a certain goal. That's all a conspiracy is, right? So it still is. You're right. Like it's still a conspiracy. If in that aspect where there's people like working to actively replace him with somebody else to capitalize on, you know, his performance and like money making abilities and shit like that, that's totally a conspiracy.
I feel like there's better images to conspire over than a dirty rocker.
Yeah, probably is. They did. That's like a similar thing with the Beatles though, and like Paul McCartney died in a car accident in the '60s, and they replaced him with like a fake Paul because they couldn't like
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they couldn't like have the band collapse, and then there's like all this weird cryptic ass shit.
And that he stopped. He switched from playing lefty to righty and all that bullshit. I remember
something like that, yeah, or the other way around, whatever it was. But yeah, it was fucking there's some weird stuff with that one for sure. It's like odd.
But yeah, so the gist of it is people think that somebody got hired to play Andrew WK at one point, and it's the original guy isn't the same as the guy that we know now.
Interesting.
Although the current guy has uploaded pictures of his photo ID because his name's Andrew Wilkes-Barre or Pryor.
Right.
So he's like, that's what the WK is, and people are like, no, it's just a pseudonym, blah blah blah. But I don't know. That's my terrible conspiracy.
I don't believe you.
I hope y'all enjoyed.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. I like that. It was interesting. But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I'm curious.
I just wish the article that I had wasn't so like rambly and like broken apart terribly.
Yeah.
It's written by a true conspiracist.
I was gonna say it wouldn't be a conspiracy theorist if it wasn't written poorly.
If it was cohesive.
Yeah, like
Tyler.
27 run-on sentences in a row.
I think there's isn't there like something similar about like Eminem or something? People say like looks like significantly different after a certain date or whatever.
Oh really? I haven't heard
There's
that.
Also one for Avril Lavigne got killed.
Yeah. I saw one like Avril Lavigne's actually dead.
I heard that. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. I'm just like, no, we gotta replace these fucks.
Oh, Brendan, you posted the picture in the chat. That's the one.
Yeah, I did.
That's so trippy, dude. Weird stuff. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. All right, is anyone convinced of Jarrod's theory?
No.
Even Jarrod's not convinced of his own theory.
I just thought it was an interesting one because I like Andrew WK. I was originally going to do the Windsor hum, but I was like, that's boring. And nobody gives a shit about Windsor. Andrew WK is cool though. So
you know what's funny? Actually, like 2 days after you mentioned that, I looked it up, and apparently it stopped. Apparently it stopped like last week when some like steel plant shut down. Look it up.
Oh shit! Thought I should have done that.
Some like steel plant shut down, and it mysteriously stopped.
Isn't that
we have Rogan back out there? I heard about it the first time when I watched the Joe Rogan Questions Everything.
Yeah, that show was cool.
Yeah, that's where I learned about the Windsor hum.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I hadn't heard about that when I looked it up afterwards too. That was really cool.
Yeah, so 4 days ago, infamous Windsor hum finally dies down as U.S. steel idles.
Murders.
Well, there goes that one.
Is my camera still working?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine was being funky earlier too. Everyone's like, video stopped, my audio stopped. But
what you eating, Keiryn?
Discord's working against us for 13 days.
Birthday cake.
Ooh, birthday cake, nice.
Discord's always.
Oh yeah, this motherfucker turned 30.
That's right. Welcome to the old people club.
I'm old. I'm old now.
Yeah, it's good.
Birthday.
It's so fun, dude. So
I woke up and I forgot where I was.
Nice. Soon you'll be in like a fugue state, just walking around naked, fucking people scooping you up and taking you to a mental hospital.
Ultimate Jesusing around Stratford.
Yeah. I'm not crazy. I'm just old. There's no difference here.
Who said they wanted to go second? Was it Brendan?
Yeah, I think Brendan said he was going to go second. So
yes, I'm just going to do one thing quick.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, that one's pretty interesting though, Jarrod. It's pretty cool. I like it. Even if it's like baseless, I guess, but it could be true. Stranger Things.
I wish there was images of like the posts from this thing, but it's all like early 2000s internet, so I doubt anybody saved that actual shit.
Right. Yeah, no, that would make sense for sure. Like,
is anybody watching us?
It was fluctuating a lot. It was going up from like 10 down to 3. It was at like 11 for a minute there.
Show us your dicks.
It's pretty good. Oh, this tinfoil hat does not breathe.
Is it getting warm? Are you baking?
It's been warm.
Well, Brendan's getting ready. Guys, hockey's back today.
It's true. Well, it was back for like exhibition, but
yeah.
Well, real games are back today.
No, they're actually playing.
Carolina beat the Rangers 3-2 earlier.
Woo.
Chicago just beat Edmonton 7-4.
The Blackhawks.
The 6-4 that they scored in empty netter. The Blackhawks. Ooh, what's this?
Chicago Blackhawks. That's pretty good.
Oh, this is the Shakespeare. That's right.
Yes, that's like the only thing that I've decided to throw a picture in of, because everything else is just kind of whatever.
Okay.
My camera's
actually,
boys. Oh,
still working.
It's telling me my app's got to close. 1 sec.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Okay, I've got those images ready, Brendan, so just let me know when you want me to pull them up.
Sweet. I am just doing.
And then I shall pull them. Pull the pud.
I shall take up servants.
Pulling your pud.
Pulling that pud.
Y'all got a pud I can pull on?
Make sure that's working. Very good.
Last one. That was it. All right.
Oh, you sent another one? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very legible.
Oh, it looks like a bunch of gibberish. Oh, nice.
Yep.
Did my doctor write this?
That should come from a man that's been the best literary fucking genius in the past, known time.
It's
one
fine.
of.
It's
yes.
fine.
Yes, that's
fine.
totally how they would fucking write. Anyways.
That's good. All right. Let's do this.
Okay, so this motherfucker. This motherfucker that we know as William Shakespeare, or as some may like to call him, one of the best authors and writers like ever, Okay, so this guy. All right, so how many he has over like 34 plays, or maybe it's 37, and like hundreds of poems and stuff. So he has 37 plays.
Okay.
All of which he's credited entirely for writing. 375 poems. All right.
Jesus.
Now, you'd think after 375 fucking poems, like an actual just written fucking bit of work, you'd have that there'd maybe be some remnants of your writing. Somewhere in the world, maybe of those 375 pages that you most definitely had to write those on, or the 37 plays, which probably comprised many several pages to write this script.
For sure.
Not one single manuscript, letter, poem, or single bit of handwriting exists from William Shakespeare. Not fucking one. The only the only 6 bits of writing that we have, if you will pull them up for us, Martin, are those 6 very inconsistent, differing signatures that are supposedly his.
Oh, the signatures? That's what you want me to pull up?
Those are his signatures.
Those
yes.
are supposed to be signatures?
Those are supposed to be his signatures. Those are like some of the only writings. Yeah.
That's
like
other
really.
Why is there an M at the start? Shakespeare and William both don't start with an M. Those are like fucking Nordic runes, dude. Jesus Christ.
So those was right, and like if you compare them to other like writers and authors of the time, it's like night and day. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if my daughter were to write a signature compared to me. Right, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, that was written by someone that fucking understands how to write and hold a pen. You know what I mean? So this also coming from a man that was born in like Stratford to like a very like in like not upper class at all, like very like, I don't want to say poor or anything, but like wasn't good.
They were poor.
To like completely illiterate parents, and that's not to say that, you know, he couldn't learn to read himself, but like being such a famed author and such a good playwright, don't you think that his two daughters, Susanna and Judith, maybe would have learned how to read and write a little bit? No. He wouldn't want them to read or write at all. Be, you know, maybe one of his 37 plays that he had read.
What if they surpassed him in ability? That's not okay.
So his daughters never knew how to read or write either, and nor did his parents. So, I don't know. It's a little fishy, that one, that he's the best writer of all.
Stroke my beard for that.
Well, he stole all their writing talent. It's clear.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe genetic, like writing ability skips a generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like this.
Yeah, it's like every other one.
It's like how those genes skip. Yeah.
Like
his grandparents were actually genius. And so this the other thing. So him being not of upper class, the amount of like times he wrote with proficiency about like this upper class stuff of like the life of queens and kings in court life, and like the like etiquette in manners of these like higher class, being like such a fucking dude that should have no idea of this. And you know, again, people can learn about this, but he was like, there was zero record of him ever having attended like Stratford school for any type of like literacy or music or arts or anything things that he seemed to be super proficient at in writing.
And then hold on, is there records from the same time period, like from that Stratford school, of other people attending it, or did they just not do record keeping back then?
I didn't get that deep into it,
curious,
to be quite honest. I haven't looked into like the. Typically, I like to look at the conspiracy side and then the debunk side, and then look at that. I didn't get to the debunk side of it. I'm just kind of going full force into the he's a fucking liar.
No, I'm buying it so far, dude. Like I'm totally in so far. That's why I was curious. I was trying to find a nail in the coffin for it. You know what I mean? Because I was like, this is like too weight in one side. Like that doesn't. There's no fucking evidence. Like,
yeah. So, and then so the next point that I had was the 6 very shaky and inconsistent signatures of his. As well as, there was no records that showed his attendance at Stratford Grammar School, any education in medicine, astronomy, art, music, military, law, philosophy, and other things such as like, as they worded it, aristocratic activities such as royal tennis and falconry, which he had like referenced in things, of which like that's a little bit nuts for like a peasant to be mentioning and like be well educated on, who never was educated. And then he retired in his late 40s, returned to Stratford where he grew up, and just never penned another thing in his life.
That's fucking weird, dude. And then just died, and that was it.
Just stopped.
And he's like, I'm done.
Just like, I'm done. I've literally nothing else.
That's
enough
weird
for me.
That is so fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, and then no record shows that he ever traveled outside of the country. Again, don't know how well record keeping was done at this time. It was like 16 something, I believe.
Right.
And like this is like near the time of his death and stuff. But like there was never any record or anything that showed that he even left England. And again, with his like a third of his plays being set in Italy.
Yeah.
With like very detailed descriptions of places and buildings and things like that, having never apparently left his own country, again with like great knowledge of like foreign nobility and their etiquette and manners and their way of doing things. And then we get to the Stratford Monument, which was erected in his memory or whatever, and you'll see this old like first mock
one of the images
thing of it, the old looking one,
the statue in a church looking thing,
not the actual statue but the drawn one. That's like the original one, and if you notice, he's just kind of sitting there with like a bag of rice or flour, representing that maybe he was a good storyteller, but maybe that he didn't fucking write any of this stuff because he doesn't have a fucking pen in front of him.
Shit.
And they decided, And they decided, wait, no, we can't do that. And they switched it up to the one that you see now, which is, yes, him sitting there with a quill and parchment. But I think some motherfucker that drew up this very first one, you know what I mean? Like the people that did this first one knew, or something like that. And it's like, no, he tells stories. He didn't actually write. He was a peasant and he carried sacks of rice. And that's what we'll depict him as.
Yeah, he really, really loved rice. That's fucking weird, dude. That's like,
and then
the actual statue, so creepy.
Lastly, this is my last point. It's a real quick, concise one. This is my last bullet, and we're done. But so in his will, I guess in William Shakespeare's will, there's no mention of any of his work. Of the 37 plays that he supposedly wrote, and the 375 poems, along with much of his other work, never anything dictating what should be done with that, where that should go, who should own the rights, what, anything like that, which I'm sure people still did. Like, I'm sure writers still had plans for their work and stuff and had people take care of that, or like mentioned it in their will, you know what I mean? But no mention of that. But he did feel it necessary enough to mention that his wife should receive his second best bed.
Okay. So that was
important. Not the best one.
That was important enough to mention, but not his supposed like legacy of work.
That's fucking
not even the best bed.
Just not even his best bed. No, because that went to the real writers. The real writer got that bed. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I was like, wait a minute. Did that actually happen? Because that's fucking. He just crucified that.
Or one of his mistresses.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's where I say it went. Where the fuck did the best bed go?
Yeah.
To his main fucking writer.
Yeah, man, his actual writer, he has like Shadowred or whatever, took the fucking good bed, that fucking posturpedic motherfucker. Mrs. Shakespeare.
Fucking William Shakespeare, the OG of ghostwriters.
Dude, that's actually
the first
really
industry plant.
I don't like it. That's fucked up. I don't know, you kind of convinced me on that one, dude.
Yeah.
That's like, dope. That's pretty fucking substantial. Like, a lot of that evidence is kind of like undeniable.
Yeah.
That's, tighten my fucking head up. Yeah, that's weird.
Certainly with like
make no sense.
I got more into that than expected.
That's so fucking cool. That one's actually interesting. Yeah, so there's my vote. I'm convinced on that one. Shakespeare's a fucking fraud. Yeah, Shakespeare's a fraud, dude.
Yeah, I think
without
like
any
literally
arguments, it looks pretty solid. Like,
yeah,
just as far as not having any manuscripts or literally zero writing from him is like, okay.
The record.
How do you write all this stuff if there's no writing?
Yeah, dude. Like, that makes no sense at all. And then like,
and, like obviously
the signatures, like that's fucking it looks like a fucking Cyrillic alphabet that had sex with runes. You know what I mean? It's just like unreadable shit. Like, holy Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
There's no way he penned that shit. No fucking way. He might have relayed his ideas to someone who wrote it.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe he wrote these things, but he didn't take pen to fucking paper
and then like
write his fucking.
The other one that was interesting too is like the fact that you were saying that he was such like a peasant class and was like writing about things that are like so
writing
far
about
out
all
of
this
his
shit.
realm.
Like that's clearly like, someone else's knowledge.
Like one of us writing a book about astrophysics or something.
Yeah, I was literally going to say one of us writing a physics book.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, how the fuck
that
does
holds
this guy
for generations and generations upon
years.
time as one of the best.
Yeah, like 400 years, they're like, oh wow, that Brennan guy really knew what he was talking about. And then they like look into your history, they're like, he has a high school education and smoked a lot of weed. This doesn't make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, something's fucking weird here, dude. I'm not a fucking expert or anything, but I'm going to say the stone guy with like the most basic education probably isn't the astrophysics major. I think he might have been stealing his ideas from somebody. Maybe. Yeah, that's actually crazy, dude. I really like that one. I've heard of that before, but I never like I didn't divulge into it, you know what I mean? So it was actually really cool to like hear all the details to it and shit like that. Like I said, I'm fucking convinced on that one, man. Shakespeare is a fucking racist or a fraud.
Yeah.
Sorry. Political climate we live in.
Do you remember there's
everything's racist.
Who episode with Shakespeare in it? And in that episode they're like, oh, this guy was a fucking fraud.
They're like, wait a minute, this is fucking ridiculous. He couldn't read. He couldn't read. There's fucking problems that you're
on his neck.
He couldn't read. Okay, I can't read. I'm not a fucking author. I keep those books up there for aesthetics.
I like when the ladies come over.
Yeah, that's it,
dude. The Scratch and Sniff books.
Oh, those are the best. The raspberry scent that doesn't even smell like raspberry. It's like a fucking strawberry foot. That's so nice.
Dude. Like a weird seizure. Like,
oh yeah. Remember those books that you'd open and it had the buttons on the side and you fucking pushed? Yeah, dude. Fucking read to you and shit. I'm like, God damn, no wonder I'm so stupid. Even the books I had were to be read.
I had an Aladdin one.
I had that too. I had a Lion King one too, and it was fucking awesome because there's a Timon button and you could push it and you would say Timon things over and over again. It was fucking sweet.
Some more scratch and sniffing books. That was a fucking weird thing.
That's so strange. Just imagine how many fucking nostrils have been pressed against that at the store before you bought it. You know what I mean? It's kind of amazing that we didn't have a global pandemic like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, all things considered, we're like probably more hygienic now than we were in like the 90s and shit like that. And it's like, yeah, man. Like, I remember like so many times in school where kids are like, I'm gonna lick the cold pole. Don't lick poles. Just don't fucking lick poles. It's a bad idea. You know what I mean? And that would like frequently go down.
Don't listen to Martin.
Hey, don't lick cold poles. Don't ever lick a cold pole. For like any double entendre that you want to place that into, don't fucking do it. It's not gonna be good for you.
The cold one, huh?
That's good. All right, so now to Keiryn's. On to the fentanyl. So what is the actual theory that you've crafted?
So I have this thought in between yawns.
When I'm not thinking about yawning.
I'm so tired, man.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep well yesterday. Anyways, I don't know. The way fentanyl came on so strong and so fast, it almost seems like it was intentionally put on the street to reduce the number of people that are living on the street through whatever means you think that is. Like just definitely seems like a little form of population control to me.
Interesting.
Like heroin 2.0.
Because and another like kind of crack epidemic, but in a different way, less directed towards a certain type of person, just the poor people in general.
Right.
Yeah.
And because like it just seems to have come on so strong, so quickly, and it's still so apparent. And who else is making this stuff? Like, it's a drug company making fentanyl.
I make some in my bathtub sometimes. I make sure that I only sell it to school children, though. I don't sell it to adults.
That's right.
If you're going to kill somebody, you should kill them while they're young so they don't have time to develop a potential and become a waste. You know what I mean? Like, you want to get them before they can build themselves into something. That's what I think.
You get them young, like when you're starting them smoking.
Exactly, dude. Milk the money for as long as you can. You know what I mean? You got to get all the dollars out of them.
Bags of oregano, and then you're like, hey, what about this? After you milk all the money they stole from their mom's purse.
Yeah, exactly. All those fat 20s.
We all know we can go into our mama's room while she's sleeping and steal maybe $10, $20 out of purse. Go down to the corner on Fifth, talk to a guy named Martinez. And then that guy's gonna sell you fentanyl because it's gonna kill you.
Because it'll get you, god damn it. But yeah, no, that's an interesting thought. I don't know if that's even like really a conspiracy.
It's not so much a conspiracy theory. It's my own conspiracy theory.
Right.
Because it would have to involve multiple parties for it to be on that level. Like if it was that out there, it would have to be in the hands of someone above street level who's just like, oh, no, fuck it, I'm just going to cut my shit with fentanyl. And with the amount that's gone out there, I think it might just be like that.
What the hell was the original purpose for fentanyl?
It's still used in hospitals to this day.
Yeah,
but even then, it was supposed to be like it's supposed to be like some super small dose. Right. But it was made after like OxyContin and stuff was made illegal, I believe.
Was it? I'm not sure about that. That I can't remember. I thought it was made as like a response to the fact that OxyContin was being abused so much because you have to take in such high amounts. You know what I mean? Like when people take.
So they had to go to the next thing, which is the step.
Because they were like,
then they've got that step there.
It's like causing liver damage for people and stuff like that when they were taking too much OxyContin. So they were like, we need the same effect but more potent. You know what I mean? So people will take less pills and shit. I think that was the original intent behind it.
When my grandpa had a stroke last year, one of the meds that like when I was reading his like papers on like the end of his bed, one of the meds that was like very small amount was fentanyl. I was like, oh shit, okay, cool.
Keep you chill, I guess, right? Makes sense, especially for like hospital patients like.
It was funny because he like woke up after just like having like a crazy stroke where they're like he may never talk or walk again, but he was completely fine. I'm like, how you feeling? He's like, great. Can I go home now? I was like, what?
You're like, oh shit.
All right, well.
And the doctor's like, I don't know. I'm like, it's not fentanyl, man. It's good shit.
It's got him out. He's back. That's crazy.
But yeah, no, mine's short, sweet, to the point. Think about that. It could be right. It's probably not. But
you never know.
It's my own little conspiracy theory because all the stuff I researched was all generic and like Bush did 9/11 or blah 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 blah. So
he did.
I wanted to think outside the box a little bit.
Bees.
Yeah, that's why I
Jet
just
fuel
searched
doesn't
for
melt
so
steel
long.
bees.
Yeah,
He
dude,
did.
I know.
That's not a conspiracy theory.
You start
Anyway.
divulging into the weird world of that side of the internet and all these like GeoCities websites from 1997 that like haven't been updated since then and shit. You know, I mean, like fucking gifs and shit flashing all over the fucking green background. It's like, oh my fucking god.
You start
like
getting flagged on things that you shouldn't be
fucking
flagged on.
gift of like the World Trade Centers with a plane like running into it over and over and over again. I'm like, god, fucking damn it, what am I doing in this website? VPN on.
That's what I'm doing.
This is something I don't need my internet provider knowing that I'm doing. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you get into those weird sites on the internet with those shit though, man. Like those people, they don't take great pride in their aesthetics. You know what I mean? They're just like, good enough, the information's out there. Absorb yourselves into it. It's all around you. You're like, okay, but can we like concise it down and do like a digestible thing? Nope, there's too much. I can't just break this down for you. You got to do it yourself. Here's fucking 97 pages of reading, and there's not a single period to be seen in any of it. No indentation, no commas, nothing, dude. You just read and absorb nothing. It's ridiculous.
Read for hours.
Denver Airport one, it was like, oh my Christ, it was getting into some weird websites on that. But
Oh,
that's mine.
Yeah, that one's a rabbit hole.
This one's good.
That's a big one.
This is
yes.
a good one. All right, does everybody have the Google
I
Docs thing?
concede. Can you? Is it possible to send a messenger to me?
Yes. I think I can do that. 1 second.
Send it in on my messenger. I got it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's already. Yeah. You'll have to send it to him because I don't have the link ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Let me get this all set up here.
I hit start presentation, but it's not like automatically on play.
No,
If
you have
music
to
started
push.
playing, I
Yeah,
would've
you have to
shit
push
Is
like
Brendan
the.
or Martin
You have to push like the right arrow to go to the next slide and shit.
Okay. If there was music, I would have been so goddamn impressed.
I put music in, but I muted it because I wasn't gonna get it to work on stream. Every slide had creepy, ominous like atmosphere music and shit. It was set, dude.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
There we go.
And then I'm gonna just put this over here. And then podcast. Let me put this into present. And then we go like this. Move this down. Move that up. All right.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Do I hit start presentation or do I just follow along with it?
Yeah, you just follow along. You don't have to be in the presentation. It's totally fine.
Opened it.
All right, gentlemen. I present to you the conspiracy of the Denver International Airport, prophesizing the apocalypse and protecting the elite. So the Denver Airport it's really interesting, man. There's so much weird shit in that fucking place, right? Also, I can easily debunk everything I'm about to bring up, so we'll do that afterwards. But as for right now, we're just going to stick with the facts. Next slide! So, we just got some random facts about the Denver International Airport. Undeniable, real facts, right? So the airport was opened on February 28, 1995. Total cost of construction for the airport was $4.8 billion. In today's money, that was in 95, so in today's money, it was $8.1 billion to build that airport. It's one of the most expensive airports ever built in history. Denver International Airport opened 16 months behind schedule of like construction schedule and nearly $2 billion over budget, which was like $4.2 billion over in our money today. The Denver International Airport, after it was built, replaced the fully functioning Stapleton Airport, which is also in Denver, and it's 19 miles closer to downtown than the Denver International Airport. So it's really fucking odd that you would get rid of a fully functioning airport that's already in a better location, you know what I mean, based on shuttling and shit like that, to replace it with a fucking giant airport in the middle of nowhere, way away from downtown. The Denver International Airport covers 53 square miles or 34,000 fucking acres, making the property larger than Manhattan, San Francisco, Boston, and Miami in terms of city square footage. Oh. So it's an absolute fucking monolith in terms of like land size and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's obscenely huge. Yeah, so that's that one. Next slide. So here's just some more weird facts. Right? The Denver International Airport is home to a massive red-eyed blue stallion named Mustang, which is affectionately referred to by people in the area and workers at the airport as Blucifer.
Lucifer.
Underneath the airport, in the underground, are a fucking massive series of buildings and tunnels that wind everywhere underneath the airport. Every square foot of that airport has tunneling and buildings underneath it that are completely buried and encased in concrete. just down there, right? At the front of the building, at the main entrance, is a time capsule that was built by Freemasons to be opened in 2094, 100 years after the airport was finished completion. And it has really fucking creepy symbology on it, where it has, like, you know what I mean, the Freemason, whatever you call that, the compass and shit like that, you know what I mean, and whatever, the sextant and compass, the sextant and compass or whatever it is, like that symbol. And it says like weird shit at the bottom, like New World Airport Commission and shit like that, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, so it gets into the whole weirdness of like the Illuminati and the New World Order and shit like that, you know what I mean? All around the airport is incredibly creepy artwork and statues. Yes. So there's 4 murals in the airport that they're fucking weird. Like, they are very fucking weird. If the theories behind them is that it's like a depiction of a story of the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like how things are going to go. And yeah, we'll get into that obviously in a little bit here. In the east and west baggage claim areas, there are 2 bronze gargoyles that are probably the fucking weirdest thing that I've ever seen in an airport. And they're just like, it's coming out of an open suitcase, and they're like ominously sitting over the baggage claim, just fucking watching everything. So like, yeah, those are all things that are just there. You know what I mean? Like, these aren't conspiracies or anything like that. This is just shit that's there. Next slide. Some images here, right? So at the top left and the top right, you've got the 2 gargoyles in the east and west baggage. On the bottom left, you've got Lucifer. And if you'll notice a strange correlation when you look at the fucking runways from above, looks a little like a swastika. Fucking weird. Did I draw that in paint? Yes, I did. I made that myself, so you're welcome for that. Note the fucking horse. Okay, that is not photoshopped. That is actually what that fucking thing looks like at nighttime. Why the fuck would you put that at the, like, under the runway when planes are like coming in and shit? You know Broncos. What I mean? Fucking crazy weird. So yeah, Lucifer. Let's go Broncos.
Oh, his name is Mustang.
His name is Mustang. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. He's way beyond Mustang. That is Lucifer for sure. So yeah, those are the 4 images there of like weird shit. Next slide. Now we'll talk about Lucifer. Right? Lucifer is a 32-foot tall horse. And he weighs 9,000 fucking pounds. His eyes glow red. And he was the very, very first piece of artwork that was ever commissioned by the airport. So this isn't something that was just like donated to them. This is something that the airport actually specifically requested be made. You know what I mean? Which is another fucking odd thing. It was sculpted.
You can't have the horse. There's no point.
And it has to be gigantic, blue, veiny, with glowing red eyes. Okay? Make sure it has all these details. If it doesn't, we don't just fucking like want it. It's like, just ridiculous. Why is your dick blue? What the fuck? You need to go to a doctor.
Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, he needed. No, that's not good. You got a problem. That's gonna end poorly for you in a couple of years.
It only hurts sometimes.
Sculpted by. I can't even fucking pronounce the guy's last name. Jimenez, I think. Luis Jimenez. Close enough, right? Luis Jimenez was killed by the fucking statue. He was the sculptor too, right? Luis Jimenez sculpted the statue. And he was fucking killed by the statue when the head fell off and cut his artery in his leg, and he bled to death in his studio. So Lucifer killed its creator.
That's fucked.
Yeah, because of that, and there's multiple instances of airport workers and people when they walk past it that they hear noises and shit coming from it. So it's regarded by pretty much everybody that works at the airport or has worked at the airport that the fucking horse is literally cursed. So, yeah, so that's Lucifer. That's the giant 32 feet tall fucking horse that's just at the front of the goddamn airport, ominously staring at you, peering into your fucking soul. Next slide. Under the airport. These are pictures of the actual tunnels, too, if you were curious. So, yeah, running everywhere underneath the airport is a massive series of tunnels and bunkers. They're fucking huge, dude. They and like I said, they go all over that 34,000 square mile or whatever it was. You know what I mean? So it's like an obscene amount of fucking tunnel.
34,000 acres.
Acres, yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, they run everywhere underneath. The building of these tunnels and the subsequent burying of them is said to be what pushed construction and budget so far back. You know what I mean? So why it took them 16 months longer and cost $2 billion more was because they had to fucking dig and build these goddamn tunnels and then fucking encase them and bury them in concrete afterwards.
Bury them.
Yeah. So like that's the whole thing that, you know what I mean? Why they think that it went over time and budget and shit like that. And there's many claims from like inside sources that these tunnels run all the way from the international airport to things like NORAD and civil defense protection and shit like that. You know what I mean? So There's also been instances, I think it was, I can't remember when, but there was an instance of President Obama was in Air Force One, and there was some kind of a threat or something like that, and they instantly diverted the plane to Denver International specifically, and like took him off, and you know what I mean, like escorted him off to safety to some unknown place. And what people think is that there's like, you know, secure bunkers down there for the elite and shit like that. So when everything goes to shit, they fly to Denver and fucking go to their crazy underground bunkers and wait out the apocalypse for all us schmooks to beat each other with fucking lead pipes and shit. But yeah, so that happened too. You know what I mean? There's just weird shit after weird shit of like factual, accountable things that actually have happened at this fucking place. Yeah, of course.
I know it's your thing. Just one thing quickly here. Actually, I remember seeing this thing. I'll see if I can find the actual video for it after, but I can't remember what the event is. But one time a year when like everyone fucking gathers from like the US like fucking government things, everyone that's in like succession, I can't remember, there's like 22 people that are in line after the president dies.
Oh, okay.
And it goes like the president, then the vice president, and this guy. And there's some really fucking weird people in there. There's like minister of like labor in there. Yeah, he's like number like 12 or something, you know what I mean?
So fucking like, weird. And they like shuttle all those people.
Yeah, and so when all those people gather, there's like one person selected that actually sits out apparently, and they get taken to like a secure location because they can't have all like 22 people that are supposed to be in line of presidency in the same spot if something happens.
Yeah, I know the royal family in England does something similar where they'll scatter, you know what I mean, where they'll have like one of them here, one of them there, because in an instance that like they all get wiped out, at least there'll be fucking one person left to like lead shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's pretty clever. Like it is smart. You do need leadership, you know what I mean? You can't just have everything fucking crumbling down around you. So it's like, yeah, that is fairly intelligent. It just makes sense, right? So like shit like that where you're like, yeah, that's probably like one of many, you know, sets of bunkers and things like that are all over the country.
No, that's interesting thing if people want to look up the line of succession for presidency. It's weird the people that would get put into power if like 12 people got whacked.
Yeah, like one airplane.
World would be at shit.
Finance minister's the fucking president now. He's like, I don't fucking know what to do. I just manage the money.
The one guy's like minister of like energy or something. He'd just be like, there's solar panels everywhere. Like fucking
agricultural minister.
I know how to get infinite energy. We just stand here and yell really loud like them Japanese cartoons.
Anyways,
it'll be perfect.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine, dude. No worries. But that's pretty much it for like under the airport part anyway. So we can go next slide. The time capsule. This is like pictures of the actual time capsule itself too. So that's like right at the front of the building when you walk in. It's laid on March 16th, 1994, and it's to be opened in 2094, 100 years after its placement. It contains odd symbology and phrasing all over it, like I was talking about earlier, where it says like New World Airport Commission contributors and shit like that. You know what I mean? Why is it called the New World Airport? That's fucking weird. You know what I mean? When you get into like the whole aspect of like New World Order and Illuminati and stuff like that.
Mega virus in it.
Yes. There's like nobody really knows what's in it. That's the other side of it. That's really strange. There's like accounted things that are in it. Obviously, there's like I can't remember what it was, like photographs of like classes from school children and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then there was like other ambiguous things that just got put into it before they closed the capsule and like sealed it in there. So like who knows?
The guy who made 2094. The corpse of the guy who made this statue.
His right ring finger's in there. Everything else is fine. But yeah, that one's weird. That's really weird with that time capsule and shit like that. There's not a lot of like information available behind it, but just like the symbology of it and shit like that. And it always lends back to the fact that like Freemasons and the Illuminati and shit like that are always so like blatant in your face with their shit. You know what I mean? Where they're like, you're not smart enough to figure this out, and even if you are, fuck you. You know what I mean? So they just like put this shit right in front of you to be like, what? Anybody gonna believe your crazy ass? You know what I mean? Like shit like that. So it's like, yeah, it just leads more to it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, a hide in plain sight kind of thing, right? Next slide. The murals. The fucking murals.
Oh, I've seen these.
Yeah. So there's 4 extremely disturbing murals on the walls of the international airport. They claim to be depicting the story of the end of the world. And they contain imagery of like Nazi-esque, communist-type looking weird soldier things. You know what I mean? Like oppressing children and making them fearful and stabbing fucking doves and shit. Like it's fucking weird.
Killing peace.
Yeah, like literally
like
killing
symbolically.
Peace. Yeah. And there's like pictures like of the children eating at a table, and like the forest behind them is just like ablaze, and they're all just like burning. Yeah, like, it's so fucked. And then there's the unification at the end. Like, that picture in the bottom right is supposed to be, like, the utopia that comes afterwards. Where, like, everybody unifies against the evil and shit. You know what I mean? And, like, brings it down. So it's like, what the fuck, man? Those are just on the fucking walls. And then my last point on that. Why the fuck would you put that in an airport?
Yeah, no shit.
Makes no sense. It's fucking weird. It's just weird shit. You know what I mean? That's some like that doesn't make sense to me in any fucking public establishment. And it's just like, this is what we're gonna commission.
Dude, you like mention like something like that in an airport, you're fucking it's gonna be red flags on you. They just got paintings of it, guns and murder and explosions.
And it's fucking gargoyles just like overwatching the fucking baggage handling and shit too. On top of that.
There's a rainbow. There's like a rainbow in every single one of them too.
Yeah, dude. It's like there is such weird symbology in these things. I highly recommend that you look up those images like on your own so you can actually see like the full size of them and shit like that and like really look at the details because there's a lot going on in each one of those pictures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that is fucked. That's probably the most fucked up thing about this whole thing is those goddamn murals and that fucking horse and that fucking time capsule. Why? You know what I mean? Like there's no fucking logical reason. Is your whole purpose of this airport to just fucking put people at unrest and make them uncomfortable? Is that the reason? You know what I mean? Like either that or it's like I don't know.
That would do.
That'll do it. Next slide. The Denver airport is fucking creepy. All right. That's the end of my presentation. That's
literally all it says.
Yep.
The Denver airport is fucking creepy.
That's it. So that's my presentation on the Denver airport.
In summation, it's fucking creepy.
Yep. And then, the whole thing behind it is like, I don't know, right? There's all that weird shit, all the tunnels, all the statues, all the fucking creepy weirdness. Now, would you like it to be debunked? Because I debunked it in about 3 minutes after reading all the weird articles. The entire underground facility and the underground tunneling and systems and shit like that was an automated baggage handling system that never functioned. So the reason it was 16 months behind schedule is because they spent 16 months trying to get that built and making it work. It was like a computer automated, way ahead of its time baggage handling system. Remember, this is 95, right? So this is like way far ahead of its time.
Well, and that's when it opened. So
yeah. So like it was going to be fully automated with like arms moving the things everywhere and like computer sensors, registering them and shit like that. But they just could not get it to work. Oops. So they just fucking scrapped it and then they buried it. You know what I mean? Because they're like, well, we can't fucking just tear it down because, like, what are we going to do? So we'll just leave these tunnels for our normal baggage handlers who drive around in those Austin Powers carts. And then, they can use those tunnels to, like, get from gate to gate, right? Because also mentioning the size of that airport, it has 3 gates with a total of 150, it has 3 concourses with a total of 150 gates. It's a fucking huge airport. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely massive. So it's like, like the guys have to be able to cross that fucking 34,000 fucking acres of land in a reasonable amount of time to make sure planes can take off good and shit. So, that's what the underground part is. That's all it is. It was literally an automated baggage handling system that never functioned, that they couldn't get to work, so they just said, fuck it, and they buried it. And, so that's what that is. So the underground part, easily debunked. There's also parts of the underground that are not available to the public. Conspiracy part where it gets a little strange, you know what I mean? Because you're like, what's in that part of the tunnels? Why can't I go? If I can go in this tunnel, why can't I go in that tunnel? There must be something secret in that tunnel. Do you have Obama's brain in that tunnel? Is that what it is? You have the real Obama in there and you replace him with Robo-Obama? Is that what happened?
Robo-Obama?
And then, so there is parts of it that aren't like publicly available, you know what I mean? And there's like some weird shit there and that like just feeds people's fucking things again. But then you get into the fucking murals, you get into the fucking horse, and you get into the Freemason symbology and shit like that. Why? There's no reason for any of that shit, you know what I mean? And the murals are still one of those things where they're just like, it's just cool, isn't it neat? And we're like, nah, it's not fucking neat. It's fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. All right? Like, your whole aesthetic in this fucking airport is strange and off-putting, and it makes no goddamn sense. Yeah. But, so that's my presentation on the Denver International Airport. It's a very, very, very creepy place with some very fucking weird correlations and shit. You know what I mean? That are like very, very hard to explain. Some of them are easy to explain, i.e. the like underground tunnels and stuff like that. But like I said, those fucking murals, that makes no sense.
The statue and stuff, or the murals, or
the gargoyles.
Yeah, the gargoyles and shit. Yeah, I didn't like those. Those aren't cool to me.
Yeah, did you see their Did you see they went nuts? They're like fucking they told them to like they add new like ad campaign just to like check out all the stuff I sent in the Discord, and they have these like up around the airport.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. They have a museum in there now.
Embracing it.
Yeah, they have a museum in there now where they put all this funny shit. There's like they added another gargoyle in the one concourse.
Oh, it like talks
and
shit.
Yeah, like talks to you and shit like that, and fucking freaks people out. And then they added a little museum, and in the museum is like all kinds of weird shit. They did fucking weird shit. So when they were like doing the groundbreaking, one of the workers planted a fake alien skull in the ground so they dig it up and find it.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? And like shit like that. So like it's just you ever heard of the movie Close Encounter of the Third Kind?
Yeah.
Back from like 1977 or something like that. The fucking coordinates in that goddamn movie where the aliens are gonna land is the fucking Denver International Airport. You know, like, there's like weird shit too. There's like runic symbols on the walls in certain places of the airport that people claim is like an alien language. Oh,
weird.
It gets deep. It gets real deep.
The plot thickens.
It gets fucking deep.
Balls.
Shit is weird.
Let me adjust.
Yeah, get that on a little tighter. This thing is fucking unbreathable. I don't recommend a tinfoil hat ever, dude. Even if I'm protecting myself from dangerous RFID waves and psychic vampires and whatnot, it's not worth it.
I might wear one in the car.
It's really interesting. Yeah. That's when you're most susceptible to RFID frequencies. When you're outside, where everything can get you.
They're gonna get me.
That was good. There were so many I was like debating between, man, like conspiracies and stuff like that to do this week. But yeah, I like that airport one a lot. I was gonna go with the old classic 9/11 because that one's just got like so much fucking like support for it. You know what I mean? And like you can find so much information and shit. Yeah, dude, and it's like interesting as hell too. But yeah, no, that's another one where it's like like impossible to debunk without being like a fucking structural engineer and shit like that. And it's like I'm not smart enough for that shit. But things like the Denver airport where it's like you can just look up the antithesis of it and you're like, well, okay, well, why is that there? And they're like, because of this, dummy. And you're like, oh, okay, well, fair enough. Ooh, Keiryn's camera
Bye,
died.
Keiryn.
Keiryn's camera died. Yeah, that was weird.
Shouldn't have died.
It's Lucifer.
Yeah, for some reason your camera's off, but you're like still in the call and shit. Oh, seems like you're coming back now. Hey.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Everything returned to normal there. But
my
man.
app was trying to close earlier, but
yeah, I don't know. Something's conspiring against us here on 13. There's some weird shit afoot.
We're coming through. We're doing our
working on fucking Lucifer's high on fentanyl, like channeling the spirit of William Shakespeare to fucking
while listening to Andrew WK.
Yeah, to put a fucking 32 foot tall hoof on our fucking attempts to podcast tonight.
They're gonna write the most bitchin' party tune.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be
with
so
Andrew
good.
WK.
Blue horse, blue balls. That'd be pretty good. He does have a huge package too. The horse, they like had to sculpt like this massive fucking throbbing cock on him too, right? Because you can't just like not have that. The demon horse isn't enough. He's got to have a demon cock too. Fucking thing's terrifying.
Reaches out and strangles you when you're not looking.
Like Scary Movie.
Like the fucking like the trees in Evil Dead, just like wraps around your neck.
Gone.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, like in Scary Movie, Uncle Ray Ray's got a game.
Uncle Ray Ray's got a game. Oh god! It's like claw on the floor and shit getting pulled back in by his dick. It's like, oh Jesus. That's aggressive. Those movies are so fucking funny to think about them being made in like today's day and age. Holy shit. That would never fly. There's like so much bad shit in them that is just like horribly unacceptable now, but like good God, is it funny? It's so funny. So much stupid shit too. I can't even remember which one it was, the first one or the second one. When fucking Cindy's with her boyfriend there and he's like always trying to fuck her the whole time and she's just like not having it.
That's the first one.
Yeah, she gives him a blowjob and he like nuts so hard and is like, dude, that fucking scene still kills me when it like pans out and she like blasts against the roof and his like rib cage is just sucking in at the same time. I was like, oh my fucking God, dude. This is so good. It's like next level VFX.
She's got like that giant metal chastity belt and she takes it off and it's just like a giant bush goes.
Oh god. Gets out the fucking hedge trimmer and shit.
Yeah, he's like
chopping at it. It's good. Oh, I didn't even ask. How was your guys' week?
It was good.
Yeah, not too bad. Busy?
Not bad.
Just busy working.
Nice. That's never a bad thing though. Keep things chugging along. How about you, Jarrod? You have a good week?
Just work. My mom came down and stayed at my place last night.
Oh, that's cool.
We went to Mexi Cactus, that little Mexican place on Trafalgar.
Oh,
place
it's
is great.
Really good.
It's fucking bomb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good, dude. I went there a few times back when we lived in that area. Yeah, I was just saying, it's never really like super busy or anything either. It's great.
It was pretty busy. The patio where we sat on the patio, it was pretty full.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good.
Lots of white folks eating it, getting served by Hispanic folks. It was great.
Perfect. Yeah.
Lots of old white people like, I like international cuisine.
Do you? Do you?
I can't travel, so I'll eat here.
You hate the word international. You love the taste of cumin. Don't play around. Fucking assholes.
Who doesn't love cumin? You can't have cumin. Like, you can't have just salt and pepper. You have to have cumin. I'm
not a huge fan of cumin, honestly. I don't mind. I like it in like ground beef and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like Mexican ground beef and shit. That's fucking delicious. But I hate fucking like cumin in shit. It's yeah. Oh yeah, in the chili for sure. Oregano too. You got to put a bunch of oregano in your chili. Make it taste real nice. That's the good
shit.
Oregano, chili seasoning, fucking cayenne, butt ton of salt. Bunch of pepper.
Butt ton of salt.
Butt ton. So much salt. A little bit of sugar. A little pinchy poo of
sugar. I actually made chili on Wednesday. I was off Wednesday. Nice. Woke up at 8:30, put it on, and then around 6 o'clock I ate it after it cooked for about just over 8 hours.
That's the way to do it.
I ate it.
And then I ate it with my mouth.
And then I went to go to bed, and my butthole was like, "Wah!
Why have you done this to us? I thought we were friends." Yeah, foolish butthole.
It definitely smells a lot spicier than it was.
Oh, Brandon, your fucking Adobe quandaries. I'm actually curious. Like you were talking earlier before we started about how Adobe's been fucking you around.
It's so stupid the way it works. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I don't fucking understand. But as far as I understand, when it comes to Adobe products, first of all, there's no outright buying shit like anymore, which just I can't stand.
So like a rental,
monthly subscription type shit. Like
it's like a subscription.
Fuck off. I hate that. I hate this stuff. I hate it. Anyways, that aside. I've been using this other program to do like video and stuff, DaVinci Resolve. I actually have to suggest that, Martin, if you're doing like video editing and stuff. It's like Vegas is good with that. DaVinci, you can set it up to pretty much map out like all the major ones. You can have it mimic like Final Cut or like Adobe Premiere and stuff. It's really nice.
That's nice.
But either way, I've been using that, but I needed something a little better for like doing actual photos. A little convoluted to do like color grading and shit for photos and that. But so I got Photoshop and Lightroom. Actually I got Lightroom, but I think it came in the bundle with Photoshop for however much a month, right?
What the fuck is Lightroom?
And Lightroom is pretty much like their color grading software. Okay. Cool. So it's like it's like a lot easier than, I'm sure you could do all the same stuff in Photoshop, but you're getting into a lot more. This is more geared towards that, just like fixing the colors, color grading, color correction.
Have you heard of
like that?
GIMP?
That's cool.
GIMP, yeah, I have that as well.
Yeah, that's what I use all the time for like. It's really like basic stuff.
It is,
but
it's also it like takes nothing to run. It's really small files.
Yeah, and it's open source too, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So like if you're like smart enough to code and stuff, you could definitely just add your own like shit to it. It's really neat. But so that's cool. Yeah, it's like a specific like dedicated just for color grading and shit.
Pretty much, yeah. Cool. So you got that, and then like they're sweet for everything. Like Adobe has fucking like way too many applications.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like yes, you go to the Creative Cloud, and there is like 20 plus like applications for shit. Like you got Illustrator, you got Adobe XD, you got Acrobat, DC, Premiere Pro, InDesign, Photoshop. So you got all these things, right? And you can choose like what you want, but they're like packages are really dumb. So your Creative Cloud.
None of the ones that you'd want to have like at the same time come in a package.
Yeah, like so all the apps.
Why don't these ones come with this one? It makes sense. Why do they come with this one? Like, I don't know. Fuck you. That's why.
Yeah,
because I get all this random shit in my subscription. So I have Photoshop, which I can. So available in my subscription, I have Photoshop, which I don't have installed right now. I have Premiere Rush, whatever that is. It's create and share online videos.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
What up, Keith?
Keith Fresco, which is something. Use anyways, that's all cool and shit. But previously I had Adobe Spark, which is like just a really simple like graphic like creator. Like if you want to just make like simple designs for like YouTube thumbnails or like
is that what you used to make ours?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I made ours with, right? Like it's really good. Like you can do like transparent layers and stuff, or like you can have like transparent background and like change the opacity of like the layers and stuff, so you can almost make like your own watermarks to add to things.
Oh, cool.
Just save it as like a like a transparent background with like a half opaque lettering, and you can just paste that over whatever photos, right? So it's really nice and simple for doing things like that, or like I said, creating our YouTube thumbnails or YouTube banners or Facebook things like that, or the thing we pop up before we start the stream when we're just kind of in idle waiting to get going, right?
Yeah, that's sick.
But so yeah, I had that, and it wouldn't allow me to also, for some reason, it wouldn't allow me to also get the thing that came with Lightroom and Photoshop. It was like, oh, you'll have to update your subscription, and I either had to like upgrade and pay like the $54 a month for the entire creative suite to have everything, or lose my subscription to Spark, get rid of that. Or my alternative option was, your alternative option is to create a new account for every single application that you want to use individually.
Oh, fuck off. That's so stupid. Yeah, you should just be
and
able
like
to, like,
that's so dumb. And like I get, like, for the average person that was actually using this professionally and would just use it, it's not a big deal, because the second you buy like 3 fucking apps, it's better. You're better off just get the whole creative suite for $54. You'd be saving money. But for someone like me that just wants to spend the $20 to get the $10 Photoshop and the $10 Spark, like, fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. Why do I have to have 2 accounts? Why do I have to upgrade to this or that? Like, that's so dumb. Like, why can't you? Like, yeah, like, dude, I'm trying to buy your shit. You're not letting me buy your stuff. You won't let me have 2 subscriptions. You'll only let me give you $10 a month. You won't let me give you $20 a month.
Like, I'm trying to give you more money. Like,
fuck's wrong with you?
Jesus fucking
But
Christ.
yeah, that's I guess my rant this week. I seem to have one every week, and this week it's about fucking Adobe
today, and this pissed me off.
Like, industry standard shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not like there's some like fucking hack thing that people, you know, like using as an alternative. Like, this is like the shit that you're supposed to use, and you're telling me my only option is to have like one thing on multiple accounts, or just buy the whole thing for like $54 US as well. That's not just $54 Canadian dollars, it's $54 US.
Nice.
So
like 70 that is. Whatever, fucking $80.
Yeah, like 70 something dollars. Like
high 70s.
That's fucked.
It's like, why the fuck can't you allow me to put two $10 subscriptions on one account and just have Spark?
Because fuck
and
you,
have
that's why.
Photoshop and Lightroom.
Yeah, like, this is all I want. They should just have like a mix and match option. You know what I mean? And then just like base the price on.
Yeah, select your things, and then maybe it would be nice and tell you if you go above like $54. Like, by the way, just get the creative suite then.
It's like, you'll be cheaper if you just buy this. And
again, I'm just bitching. Like, really, all I have to do is use my second email.
Well, that's fucking stupid, though. That's
and everything's different emails, and why can't I have everything in the same fucking thing?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely dumb. Like, that doesn't make any
sense. Because like their whole thing is like the creative cloud, and it all saves to your. You can have it all saved on your cloud in your profile, and you don't even have to have it on your thing. So now I have to have 2 clouds.
And then I'm willing to bet you
send
probably
files and export files from 2 fucking places. Yeah, exactly. Like,
and it's like you probably can't use the one cloud, or you probably can't access the cloud from the one account from the other account, I would imagine too, right? So if
probably
you do,
not.
Yeah, so if you do work on Photoshop or whatever, and you want to bring it into Lightroom or backwards, you know what I mean, other way around, you'll have to fucking like.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Sign in and out.
That's so fucking stupid. That's like the dumbest thing I think I've heard, dude. That makes because like if he would say he was doing something in Lightroom and then he wanted to bring that into Photoshop, right? If his Lightroom subscription is under one email and the Photoshop's under another email, that means the cloud
no, those ones are linked together, but there would be a problem with like a Spark file bringing that to like a Photoshop one. But yeah, like exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I'm sure I could just save it as a set, but still, like, why can't I keep it on the same thing and just send it directly to it?
I just don't want to do this extra fucking step, like.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they don't have an option where they're just like, well, if you just pay us more money, you could do that. More money. That's how like most companies operate. You know what I mean? Where they're like, oh, you want convenience? Give us cash. And you're like, all right, fine, I'll pay you. But you're like, I want to give you more cash. They're like, no, we don't want your money. We're fine. We don't need you. Jesus Christ, it's just more headache for us, and we have to deal with your fucking customer complaints. Fuck you. Jesus.
So stupid.
Yeah, that's dumb. Adobe's stupid and dumb. I don't appreciate it.
Keith's writing in the chat.
Oh, but apparently I can launch.
Brendan, he's like, I didn't know you had all this stuff. I'm pretty stoked. Oh, Brendan, I'm still trying to get a hold of the fucking dude with the Golf R. I haven't seen him. His car, I've only seen it once in the last like 4 fucking days, so he must have been gone somewhere. But
all right.
Hopefully he's like back, and I usually run into him like twice a week, so hopefully I can see him soon.
Sweet. And yeah, Keith, I decided to get all that today, and I had Spark before for doing like our like basic graphics and stuff. Then I decided today not dealing with DaVinci's color grading bullshit and their resizing and their canvas is just such a stupid fuck because it's meant for video. So it's like typically what a camera does, like it's 3x2. 3x2 is the dimensions that a camera likes to take a picture on because of its sensors, the size of its sensors, and that's how you get the most out of the photo.
Okay.
And you use the most of the sensor and you keep the best resolution. You can change it to shoot in 16:9 aspect, but there's no point when you can just crop it in post.
Right.
Just crop the top down, right? Because you're using less of the sensor if you do it that way. So 3x2 is the standard for most like DSLRs and some like full frames as well. So yeah, like Adobe.
What a strange aspect ratio to shoot in though. Like almost a square.
Almost, yeah.
Cool.
But that's like that is the standard for all like photos and cameras and stuff like that.
And then they just recrop it afterwards, I guess, into like 69 or whatever.
Yeah, that's for those. I mean, there's like other stuff like an actual like real like obviously you got like CinemaScope like fucking real cameras and shit like that. 69. Yeah, they'll shoot in like a super massive and they've got huge sensors in it, right? But when it comes to like your standard full frame or DSLR, which is like an ASPC or whatever the fuck they call the sensor,
that's like a 3.2.
They shoot at a 3.2, or there's the other ones, the Micro 4/3, which shoots at 4x3.
Weird.
So yeah,
trippy. Yeah, that's really strange. That's pretty cool though. I didn't know that they shot in that aspect.
It's stupid. Yeah, learning about all this like aspect and then all that. It's fucking headache. But
yeah,
it's cool.
It's a lot. But that's cool though. Yeah, it's actually like interesting, you know.
Yeah,
pretty cool shit.
The smart thing is you're not paying money for a school to teach you these things. Like people are like, "What are you going to school for? Photography? Why?
Yeah, it's like I don't
Why?"
know.
Well, when it comes to certain things like videography
is different. But like when people are like, I pay $6,000 a year to learn how to take pictures. Just practice, dude.
Why don't you just spend that $6,000 going to someone that looks nice and taking pictures of it?
Yeah, I'd feel like pictures different.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know like film how to use like
that's
video department is completely different.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't pay for photography.
Your money is going into basically renting this equipment to learn how to use it, which is smart.
Yeah, my ignorance doesn't bode well for that because I don't know anything about photography, obviously. So I'm assuming there's probably like more intricacies and things like that to it than just like
Like I said, for film it would be different because I mean to shoot on an industry like standard camera that's worth like $100,000, that's probably the only place you'd be able to get to do that for that amount of money is going to some sort of film school. And there's so fucking much behind film. I mean, you look at the film, look how many people are involved in making a movie, dude. They've got people directly involved with just producer. Lighting.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. There's like director of just lighting. There's just a fucking dude that just organizes like 50 people on how to do the lighting alone.
More than that. There's fucking like second and third unit directors, and then all they shoot is dudes running in a field. You know what I mean? And they're like, our job will be getting the field shots.
Like people that are literally just colorists. Yeah. The only thing they do is go through every single shot and match the colors, so it's cohesive. So it's all one work. Shot and they all look how they should when it's, you know what I mean? They all got the same color.
I watched 1917.
Fucking Christ.
Oh yeah, you did. How'd you like it?
Yes.
It's fucking dope.
Yeah, man, it's really fucking awesome movie. I really, really enjoyed that. That's like way up in the top 3 now for sure. And, like for war movies and shit like that. It's definitely up in my top for just like favorite movies too, from like a shooting standpoint and shit like that. It's fucking it's fucking beautiful, man. It's shot so well.
I started watching it and then it died halfway through
because no,
son of a bitch. That's funny.
But no, it was amazing up till the point that we did get to see it.
Yeah, no, it's fucking awesome.
I'm looking forward to finishing.
Yeah,
Mark, Your Plex isn't working right now. I'll just throw that out there right now.
Nice.
I don't know if you know. But...
I did not. I haven't been paying attention to it. Yeah, I'll check it out at some point in time.
That's where I watched it the other day, and I was like, I wonder if there's anything else bomb to watch. I was like, it's not working.
Look at that. What a surprise. I haven't set up the port forwarding or anything on this router. ExecuLink is kind of a cunt for that. You have to like sign into their website to sign into your router. It's a very convoluted process.
No.
Every time I go to sign into my router and I have to do that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
I don't want to do these extra 2 steps.
I just want to type in 192.168.0.1 and open up my fucking modem. And I want to do my fucking port forwarding. I want to open up fucking 9249. That's all I want to do. Like, that's it. But I got to go to your fucking website. I got to sign in with my fucking user account name. You know what I mean? Find my fucking router. Access the hardware. Suck the dick. Fucking pray to God that it keeps the settings because you can't actually just locally set them. You have to set it and wait for it to update and shit. I'm like, ugh. So, yeah, it's a bit of an annoyance. But I got to do it anyways because I got to set up some other stuff for port forwarding and shit. So it's an inevitability. But, yeah, you guys got hockey at 8, right?
I think that's what I said.
Yeah. All right, well...
I'm probably going to fall asleep, man.
Why don't we just call it? We got our conspiracies done and shit.
Short and sweet one this week.
Yeah, it's still like an hour and a half.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait.
You got something else?
Well, maybe we... I was gonna say we didn't do Tarkov news of the new expansion in customs, but I haven't really seen too much of it or played it much.
I was say I can talk for days about that shit. I've been playing the hell out of that lately.
Yeah. All I can say is I was fucking just done with it last night.
Yeah, that was funny.
I lost fucking 3 class 4 helmets and then 3 class 4 armors, and I was just like, nope.
What was the...
And then everyone, when Mark died, everyone was just like, oh, let me grab your stuff. Let me grab your stuff. I died last night, and then like fucking Chase was just like, I'm out. Fuck that. Everyone ran to extract. I'm like, well, fuck me and my gear then, huh?
I'm not fighting the day that had a fucking M61 and shit. And he can tap through my level 6 in 1 bullet. No, I'm good. I'm not risking my $500,000 worth of gear too. No way. No way. I don't want to lose my shit in that instance. Yeah, that's fine. I insure my stuff, and I die in intelligent locations, so it'll be fine. I die in corners, hidden away at the back, like a good rat would. But, yeah, no, you got fucked on that one, because you were way outside everybody's range. I was at vending machine when you died, and Chase was in the middle of surgery and already had a leg gone. I think Mark had a leg gone. I had a leg gone, because I was the fucking raid that got you guys to beat my leg so that I could be in pain, remember? So I was already running around with a broken leg. So they have a quest in the game where you got to kill a couple scavs while you have like the pain effect on your character, right? So I was like, oh, well, the easiest way to do that is just like, one of you guys just come up, whip your hatchet out, and fucking beat me in the leg. You know what I mean? That'll put me in pain. So like Mark runs up and fucking like bashes my leg, and it's like, oh, I'm not in pain. Hit it again, and he hits it again and just breaks the leg. So now I can't even walk. So the character's like limping around and like still not in pain. So it was all just a big fucking huge waste of time. And then, yeah, Brendan gets clapped in the fucking head by some random dude. And I'm just, like, hobbling around. Chase is all fucking retardedly fucked up, like, hobbling with no arm and shit.
Doing this all for money. I never got to loot a fucking thing.
Good times.
Everyone always just goes out there and fucking just free-for-all on the bodies.
Not me. Don't fucking box me in your goddamn category. Because every single time I do those fucking raids, Chase and Mark steal all my shit, too. So, like, yeah, I don't feel too bad for you because I've been dealing with the exact same fucking shit every single fucking time. I literally kill a guy, watch Mark's fucking stupid ass run right up to him and plop his Wendy's chili-eating fat fucking ass all over the guy and just scoop up the gear like a Hoover vacuum. Fucking piece of shit. Literally, like, last night, I killed some dude and Chase is looting him. I'm like, are you taking my shit? And he's like, yeah, it's just like a broken AK. I'm like, did you kill him? Because I'm pretty sure I killed him. I want the broken AK. It's mine. Fuck off. Jesus.
I know.
Fucking goblins. That's atrocious.
Yeah.
Like the first thing is
I
like
definitely
instant
came out
fucking
in a negative way.
Either one of them is just like beelines to the safe and just like gobbles everything up before any of us can even get up the fucking stairs. Gobbles both coats at the fucking office. Gobbles both coats at the bottom of the stairs.
The bottom of the stairs, yeah.
But just gobbles everything, and then it's like, oh, there's no loot. That's weird. And they're like, oh, I got a fucking Sand 303 key and a fucking this and that. Like, oh, that's cool, guys. That's awesome. Good
cool, I lost 3 sets of armor today.
Yeah, like, sweet. Can I maybe loot some of the kills that I got? God damn it! Like, you fuckers.
You fucking savage fucks.
Damn, loot goblins.
I like this. I like to do that on Warzone, but it's way less annoying.
Yeah, for sure. It's just
someone will kill someone, and I'll just like slide through their kill and be like, "Bye,
mine now."
fuck, you've still got your tinfoil on, bro.
Yeah, dude. I take it off. I take it off for a second. They're gonna fucking get in my head, dude. I'm fucking smarter than you guys. You guys in like 5-6 months, you guys are gonna just have weird urges to like have sex with children and shit. All these pedophilic psychic vampires are getting into your head, implanting subconscious ideas that you're not even aware of yet. Nothing in there, boys.
Martin,
can't get in.
What you need to do, just so you're not so hot, is just tinfoil your whole ceiling in that room.
That's a good idea. Actually, what I should do is just take these scissors and poke some air holes in my fucking right like that. Yeah. I'm sure.
Wait a minute, won't that break the field? Won't that break the field?
Just get those fucking holes in there. It's speed holes, Flanders. Now you can go faster.
I'm putting them in my noggin.
Yeah, no, Tarkov's been good. That was a little annoying for sure. I feel your pain.
So is that expansion? Is it completely new, or is it?
Essentially, it is.
Opened up what you could see before.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It was areas that you could see before but couldn't go in, and then there was buildings that you couldn't go in that you can now go into and shit like that. So it's just like an expansion on the map itself.
Is there new guns? Oh, I know there's there's new guns, right?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's
and now you got noob tubes.
They actually just took those out because they were so broken. They had to like just remove them from the game. They had like this weird effect where they were like, if you shot like walls with them, the splash damage from the grenade would just like ignore walls and just kill fucking everything behind it. So they were like, that's not okay. Yeah, they like
they're taking them out, fixing them, and then they're gonna put them back.
Yeah, but they're insane. They're like super expensive too. They're like 1.8 million for the launcher.
Too?
What's that?
New sights.
Yeah, there's like new scopes. There's a new shotgun, new Remington or the Mossberg. Sorry, the Mossberg 590 or whatever it is. That kind's fucking cool. And then there's like new attachments for that. They added a bunch of new attachments for the 1911, like the pistol. So that's really cool. It's got like these cool inlaid grips and like these new charging handles on it and shit. It's fucking really cool. New calibers of whatchamacallit, bullets and shit like that. So they got like new bullets added in for the same caliber. Yeah, it's pretty nice. There's like just more variety of things to choose from, which is always good. More so on like the lower end is most of it too, you know what I mean, which is good, so you don't have to be like level 30.
I was gonna say they're not just adding all super high tier shit and you're like, oh great.
Exactly. A lot of the rounds that they added were for like lower caliber weapons and shit like that.
Oh, the scavs
typically smaller
act a lot different now.
Yeah, scav behavior, like the AI behavior like changed completely, so they make them act more like humans now. It's like literally impossible to
run
differentiate
around and like scoop shit up.
Dude, they do like fucking weird shit.
Do they run around like this just to fuck with you?
Dude, I was just gonna say they do. They do shit like that.
They will.
Yeah, they actually do shit like that. So it used to be in the past. Yeah, go ahead, Brandon. You tell them. Yeah.
Is like a thing to identify each other is like so you have your Q and W or Q and E, which makes your character lean like this. So that was a big thing that characters always did. Or if you were a scav player and you see another scav, you go like this to let them know you're friendly, right?
Wiggle.
It's the friendly wiggle. And so now. That was to differentiate between like players and like AI scavs. You do that to an AI scav, they won't do that. But now, being such a like common thing of the game, like being such a like staple of the game, this wiggling is almost like a joke.
Yeah.
They made the scavs do it now. If you wiggle at a scav, they'll do it right back, and they'll fucking
shoot you in the fucking face.
It's like, oh no, not if you're a scav. If you're a scav, scavs won't kill you unless you kill a scav. Then they'll go fucking murderous on you. But if you don't kill them, you don't fuck with them, they'll like team with you and like walk around with you and shit like that and help you out. So it's pretty.
But the way they run around,
it
will mimic that back. You can't tell if it's another player or a scav.
So fucked up. They have really good behavior now and shit like that. The way they move and stuff like that. They like dive to prone now and shit. They never used to do that. That fucks me up all the time when they do that. They'll be like sprinting straight at you and just dive onto the ground. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Like, oh, drop shotting you. You're like, what the fuck?
Fucking Call of Duty Black Ops.
360 in you?
Yeah. Why no scopes and shit?
I get drop shot in Warzone all the time.
Yeah, dude, Call of Duty, that's classic. They haven't changed that in fucking years. The drop shot is like undeniably good. It's so fucking fun. Dolphin diving everywhere in Black Ops back in the day. Just like literally running for like 2 steps and just like planting up 2 steps, plant. Like,
and then they made it that one attack in Zombies where you got that one perk where you fucking dolphin dive off shit.
That's right. Oh. Yeah, dude, that was fucking
like that's
hilarious.
how popular it was. They made an explosion for it.
But yeah, no, that patch has been really fun. I've been really enjoying that a lot.
That's
Customs
hilarious.
is like way better to actually enjoy now and shit. It's like usably fun.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bitch at the beginning. I know it's just my luck that anytime I die, it's like worst circumstance where my shit can't be saved.
It's always
like,
the way it is.
Fuck sakes.
Always the fucking way it is. Just play, just fucking play like Chase does. Just do what he does and stay at the very back behind everybody, right? Let them go in first. Never crest a corner before anyone else does. And then just wait in the back and until the fighting's completely done and we're all dead. And then wait for the person to come loot us and then he kills him and like acts like a hero. That's how you play. Fucking dick. He does that all the time. It's like last night me and Josh were fighting somebody, I think it was last night or the night before, but whatever, we're fighting a dude, and me and Josh had him pinned on the one side. Chase was like up on a hillside or something like that, you know what I mean? And we're like, okay, so you're gonna flank, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, can you see the guy? Because you're on the hill parallel with him, you're above him, you should be able to see down in the village. He's like, oh, I don't have angle. I'm like, are you moving to angle? What are you doing? No, I'm safe up here. We're not! Like, fuck, man. Like, god damn it! Luckily it all worked out. Because Mark was there and he saved everything, and yeah, he helped us out. So it's like, thank God. But good God, yeah, Chase does that shit a lot. It's always funny. It doesn't even piss me off. Like I yell about it and stuff like that, but I'm just like, you bastard. You know what I mean? It's not even like a thing where I'm like, you fucking son of a dick. Bitch. I'm just like always like, God damn it again. All right, well, whatever. It is what it is. You just learn.
Brandon, are you starting to bring like more expensive gear now, or are you still like?
Yeah. That's why I was so ticked off yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, that was probably like a good $300,000 or $400,000 worth of shit.
But I don't want to bring this $500,000.
Yeah, like I lost those two ZH helmets or whatever. That's SH, whatever the fuck helmets are with the visors.
Yeah, the ZSH 1Ms or
whatever that other one was with the visor. That like really tactical looking one with the mounts on the side, the rails and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you showing us those, Mark.
I think it is. Yeah.
No, it was a different one than that. It was. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter.
So fucking.
And then a couple like SB or 6B23s and 6B whatevers.
Yeah. Oh, that's not that bad actually. Really, all things considered. I know it is for you because you're like super broke. So yeah, that hurts. It's like 40, 50 grand a time. That gets pretty pricey for sure. But that's funny as fuck because like when I bring in one of those 95 round drum mags for my AK, the bullets to fill that thing cost me like 150,000 for like each of those magazines. I got 2 95 round clips and 4 60 rounders too. So it's like that's why I'm always like I can see where that's a little bit of an impact to you. But I'm like when I die, I'm losing like $4 fucking million worth of shit. I'm like fucking god, man.
You got spent like fucking
insults.
$200 and something on this game.
150.
Yeah, it's more than that.
No, it's 154.
Edge of Darkness.
Yeah, it's 154.95.
For what?
For the Edge of Darkness edition. For like the highest tier edition in the game.
Is that not US dollars though?
Yeah, it's totally US dollars, of course.
Jesus.
It's American.
Yeah, so
is that what you guys have?
Yeah, that's the one we all have except Brendan because he's a puss. He doesn't want to spend money on the game. It doesn't give you any like tactical advantage. That doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't give you any more money than it does in the standard edition. And the only thing you get that's an advantage is the game.
No, you have a lot more room though.
Yeah,
and
but how does that?
And that way you can. Well, that's helpful.
Helpful, I guess. Yeah, but it's not an advantage. It doesn't lead to me making more money because I have more room in my stash. I can just keep more shit. If anything, it would lead to me having less money because I can keep more and sell less.
You're selling less often.
Yeah, well, when you
certainly
have
an advantage to being able to do it or being able to have that, but either way.
Yeah. I agree. It is an advantage, but I don't think
$200 version is definitely more beneficial than the.
Yes, it is, but it doesn't give you any tactical advantage. It doesn't give you any better weapons. It doesn't give you a better armor. It doesn't give you better caliber bullets or anything.
Oh, all right, sorry.
No, I'm saying like it because people always have that misconception about it, where it's like it thinks that it actually gives you some kind of like advantage in game. Because I thought that too, and then I bought it, and you fucking.
Well, you start out with more
money, so they
no, you don't. You get the same amount of money. You get like an extra 4,000 American, I think, or something like that, which, like, as you know, is fucking useless. American dollars are stupid useless in that game, except for pistols, because you can buy those M9s from Peacekeeper for like $100. So that's pretty sick. It's really, how many is that? Like 30 pistols you could buy with that? That's fucking awesome, because those get pretty pricey pretty quick.
I mean, all that money is just for the devs. They get more money so they can do more shit.
They love money. They fucking love money. I'm surprised they haven't added anything. Well, and I'm not really surprised. I guess they said they wouldn't, but like microtransactions or anything like that. You know what I mean? But because like all those alpha games always fucking do that, where they're like, we need more money for funding. Let's put fucking hats or something and charge you $5 a fucking hat. Like, what the fuck, man? Especially in that, if you had like Edge of Darkness, you already paid like fucking $200 for the game or whatever, and it's like now you got to buy like things on top of that. No, that's not cool. That shit's not cool at all. It's bad enough in like a normal AAA game. It's like $80 or whatever. You know what I mean? It's fucking.
How much is regular to like standard?
45, 49, something like that. American. So what's that, like $60, $70, something like that, Canadian?
Yeah,
I'm so bad at fucking
video game price
exchange rate. Yeah, I was gonna say I know it's like not exceedingly more expensive, but that's for like the base version or whatever. And then there's 2 other ones in between it. Brennan, is there? I think there's 2 in between that and Edge of Darkness. I don't even know. Oh, you don't know?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
I think there's 2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Then there's Edge of Darkness.
Yeah, and Edge of Darkness, like separately or whatever. But yeah, I think there's like 2 in between.
Tier.
So
there's 4 tiers of the game.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't even know what you get for the other 2. Because you don't get a gamma. The gamma only comes in the Edge.
Stash space, additional starting guns and weaponry, meds, stuff like that. Like yeah.
That's shit.
A lot more space.
Yeah, the stash space. That's the one that's actually fucking useful for sure. But,
yeah. Now, see, where I think that's advantageous is because if I run out of space and I want to keep something for later, I can't. I have to sell it, get rid of it at a shitty price now, as opposed to keeping it. I think I do lose money in the long run sometimes, having to just get rid of stuff and not being able to keep it for myself for later. Whereas that could,
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I
having
think
to buy it back, I usually have to buy it back at a better price because I'm trying to get rid of it now. So I obviously go with the lowest price on flea market, bump it down a bit, and then I buy it back. You buy something back, right? I'm obviously paying a little bit more, I find.
But that makes sense.
I think that's just where, it'd be helpful
when
to
you
obviously
sell on
just be
flea
able to keep
market,
some more
can you
stuff.
put like average price and then lower it so it sells faster if you just need to sell it?
Yeah, you can totally.
And then if you really
you
want
just look
something,
up
you
price.
can offer over and get it quicker.
Yeah, essentially you could. Yeah, you can like play the market in those terms. Like you can undercut.
It's just
Either way, no, it doesn't have anything to do with it. I'm sure, the hours of gameplay is just the difference.
It like you're not wrong. The stash does make a difference, but I don't think it makes like when I got because I had standard like you had for fucking like 2 years before I bought.
No, I just said that. I'm sure it doesn't make a difference. I'm sure it's just
No, I was saying it does. It does make a slight difference for sure in terms of like you said, being able to keep things. You know what I mean? That does make a difference for sure. Just because you can save stuff for later and you don't have to rebuy it when you need it. That does make a difference for sure. But I don't think it's as substantial. Maybe is what people might perceive it to be. Because
it's not like if you start off and you buy that, you're like, No,
I got my fucking head kicked in for like the entire like 2 wipes before that after I had Edge of Darkness because I was just fucking garbage at everything and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like no map knowledge. And, like
if you're not good at the game, buying that version isn't going to suddenly make you better.
I thought it would. God damn it. Doesn't work like that apparently. It's like, God, you still have to be good at this. I don't like that. I just want the good armor and the good helmets. Give me those things.
You mean it doesn't come with an aimbot? What the fuck?
God damn it. All right, fine. Keep the aimbot. Just give me like the ESP or whatever, where you can like see people through walls and stuff.
Just give me a win.
That's a cool one. That'd be really cool.
Just give me the third-party radar. I can keep on my second monitor.
That's like always on. Yeah, it's so ridiculous in like games with the hacks like that and shit. Just literally just see everything around you. It's like what the hell? That's fucked.
That's why you even playing. Like,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? It's not like
what's the point? There's
you
no
took
like
away
fun.
the whole essence of the game.
Yeah, there's like no satisfaction or like enjoyment when you win. You know what I mean? Because it's like you didn't actually win or like do anything useful. So it's like
just a bunch of sweaty fucks that are like, I need porno guns.
Must have everything. I'm the best.
Well, my camera went away again apparently.
Oh, you're still good on
I see you. Speaking of going away though, 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And
it seems to be puck time. Puck slapping.
Time.
Sweet.
We made it, boys.
Tonight?
We made it. Well, the Penguins are playing the Canadians. Who else is playing it? Toronto doesn't play till tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Keiryn, if you want to watch that, let me know.
Alright. I say I work till 6 tomorrow, but it's after that.
They don't play till 8, so.
Nice.
Exactly.
Calgary plays Winnipeg's tonight. Florida lost to the Islanders. Yeah, so it's just the Penguins and Canadians, and then the Flames and Jets, which would probably be a pretty fun series to watch. I think that's 10:30 though.
They're gonna hate each other, yeah.
Ooh, Philly and Boston play tomorrow.
I'll watch that probably if I'm not working.
St. Louis and Colorado, that'll be a good series.
They got fucking tons of games on the horizon. That's nice for you guys, eh?
Yeah, because there's an extra 8 teams in this playoff. Because there's the top 8 that are guaranteed an actual playoff spot, and they're playing in a round robin just to get the seeding for who has like home ice advantage the longer.
Okay.
Because like they only play in 2 cities, but like whoever gets first change more often.
Right.
And then the other 16 teams are playing for the final 8 spots in the actual playoffs.
Oh, okay, that's kind of interesting way to do it.
So it's a best of 5 right now. So like for instance, Montreal's playing Pittsburgh. If they didn't do this, Montreal wouldn't be in it because like they weren't in a good enough playoff spot.
Oh,
Pittsburgh would have been a wild card. It's just giving like lower ranked teams a better chance because there are still so many, like quite a few games left that they could have potentially made it.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a neat way to like even it out a little bit. You know what I mean? Especially
considering
there's been like no season.
Because they lost what 12 games. There was 12 games for most people remaining, or 10 or 12.
Oh, that's it. Eh?
So,
yeah. Oh, there you go. At least they're being smart about it, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys go. Let you guys get to it. Watch people slap pucks around. Good times. All right.
The only dumb thing I hate about it is the fucking crowd noises.
Yeah.
In the background, there's nobody there. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. What are you doing?
But they cheer at like the most weird spots. Nothing happens. The crowd's like, yeah, like nothing happened.
Like, why are you so happy? What the fuck is like enjoyment of you? You fucking idiots. Nothing's going on.
I read this article. The player TJ Oshie, he plays for the Washington Capitals. Part of his pregame, he always shoots a puck to a fan in the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Like just flicks it over the glass. But he's still doing it just into nothing. Just because like it's so in his brain, he has to do it.
It's like I can't not
pregame routine.
Because if he doesn't do it and then he has a bad game, he's gonna be like, "Fuck!" It's because I didn't flick the puck over the glass.
That's what it was. Yeah. He's like a gambler that has to like cut the cards a certain way. You know what I mean?
NHL players are fucking crazy for their superstitions.
Yeah, they're little.
And they're like, I don't think I have any, but I only put my left side of my gear on first, and I only.
Like that's exactly what that is.
I never gear up over 4th gear in my car. Like
I think you're just misunderstanding the word superstition. I don't think you really know what it means because those are exactly what those are. You seem to practice them regularly.
Have you listened to hockey players talk?
I said they are superstitious.
Half the time.
So they're very superstitious.
Yeah, whatever works. Yeah. If I was making that much money to play sports and shit like that, I'd definitely be like doing everything in my power to make sure that I can make it last and be as good as possible for sure. If that means like driving under 40 or only using the 4th gear or tying my left shoe first, whatever, man. I don't care. Just gotta remember.
Yeah, I agree.
That's fucking awesome.
At home games, Crosby won't walk by the away team's locker room. He walks the entire rest of the building to get so he doesn't have to walk by their door.
That's just because he's a condescending prick. That's not superstition.
He's like, you're all fucking
like, you're all scum. You're all ants compared to me.
When they built a new building, they're like, all right, Cindy, here's your path that we built just because you asked. He's like, that's right.
That's not lined in gold. What is this shit?
This is the Crosby concourse.
The Crosby concourse, yeah. There's like a team of 2 men that have to unfurl a red carpet in front of him as he's walking on it and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking
because it's only like 4 feet long, but they have to like
keep scooting it, yeah. All right, guys. A World's Work Podcast number 13